When I started playing disc golf, I never knew how to hold the disc properly, and I got pretty discouraged when I couldn't throw it far backhanded. So naturally, I went to the sidearm form. It was easier to hold in the hand, and it was easier to predict where the disc was going to go. So today, we're going to be looking at the top 5 forehand throwers on tour, and let me know how this list compares to your own. Coming in at number 5 on the list is Andrew Marwede, who is a criminally underrated forehand dominant thrower. With a combination of elite forehand power and precision touch, he definitely cracks the top 5 forehand players for sure. Although he hasn't had a Pro Tour win yet, he still thrives on the tighter wooded courses. Like for instance, in 2021 he went to a playoff at Idlewild with his fellow Michigander Kyle Klein. And although it might be a shocking pick having him in the top 5, the tape doesn't lie. You see the highlights here and we're going to dive into a little bit more. Let me know if you have him in your top 5 or even top 10.
It's back to the right at the end. This is the shot of the hole. You know, you need to throw flex sidearm here if you want to get the good birdie. And Marwede has thrown a perfect shot to have a clean look at the birdie, but he's up there, and that's honestly the first part of the battle.
The most standard type of shot, you know, for anybody. Everybody else had to throw something pretty crazy. Yep. Andrew's just got a stock hyzer.
Moving on now to number 4 on the list, it may come as no surprise here, Mr. Nate Sexton himself. The 2017 U.S. champion is very well known as a forehand specialist. Both in the woods and out in the open, Sexton's forehand leads him to his safer style of golf and up until recently, helped him attain the longest cash streak in disc golf history. Sexton definitely should be a no-brainer in anyone's top 5 forehand throwers. As previously mentioned, when I started playing disc golf, I only threw forehand. So of course, the one person I went to watch the most film of, none other than Nate Sexton. His forehand form has been the blueprint for many new disc golfers trying to throw farther on their sidearm throws. And that is why Poppin' Nate definitely deserves a spot in the top 5. Here are some of his highlights.
As long as he's online.
You can see it's still soaked. I mean, it's coming down pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And is this a Sexton Firebird?
Yeah, Firebird.
And look at this shot. And you're going to be putting it. You catch one of the... Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Kicking off the top 3, we have the hot dog bandit himself, Jeremy Koling. Jeremy Koling gets a slight edge over Nate Sexton in the battle because purely of his hyzer flip ability. Koling is a North Carolina native, and if you've ever watched the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship or any coverage of any course in North Carolina, you know that all the fairways are about 15 feet wide, so you need some precision and distance to be good. And Big Germ can do just that. He has incredible shot shaping ability, which definitely lands him inside of the top 3.
Nasty.
And this is my AVR X3, and I was trying to make this here. That was a great run.
It's close enough to incriminate you. Got it.
Let's go.
Oh, that's going to miss the tree that I hit.
Skip it.
Oh, and that's parked.
Oh.
Understable, get to the right side, turn it. Also doesn't have the height it looks like, but...
Oh, that's
got
what
rooted.
I heard that sound. I didn't know what. I thought it was a tree.
When talking about being elite, Ricky Wysocki definitely should be at the top of your mind. With an absolute bomb of a forehand and the ability to throw a stock forehand hyzer 440 plus feet, which is farther than I can even throw a backhand, you definitely should be in the top 2. Rick is also incredible with his forehand shot shaping ability. It's shots like these right here that he really gets to showcase how great he is at it. This is what helps Rick still be at the top of disc golf, even after all these years of playing. When you pair his pure power and technique with his mental game, you get one scary good player. Not only is Rick good at throwing the forehand off the tee, he's very good in the woods. Ricky is by far one of the best scramblers on tour, and you can definitely credit his forehand on helping him achieve that.
He parks that we... Now, Ricky, 480 feet. Going forehand over the gallery and into the circle.
Wow. Just gone. Ricky Star Destroyer, 69 miles an hour, tying the forehand record. Right. Wow.
And coming in at the number 1 spot, no surprise, Eagle McMahon. Sadly, Eagle has been going through some shoulder injuries, which means his forehand is not at 100% health, and he has resulted to throwing lefty on forehand holes. But trust, when Eagle does get back to full health, he's going to be right back into his 2021 form, throwing 500-foot forehand bombs. Eagle has clocked multiple 70-mile-per-hour plus forehand drives, which is the second fastest forehands we've ever seen in disc golf. But to the average disc golf fan, it is no surprise that Eagle has an intense amount of power, both backhand and forehand. But his ability to pair that power with shot shaping and still have touch is what makes him flat out the best forehand thrower in disc golf. Name another player that can throw a full flight forehand while straddling a guardrail 370 plus feet and still wind up in the circle. With all this being said, Eagle McMahon is a truly talented disc golfer that has a lot of power behind his throws. I hope to see him back at full health soon and competing at the highest level in the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Be sure to comment below who you think the top 5 forehand throwers in disc golf are right now, and of course leave a like if you did enjoy the video. I'm going to leave you guys with the highlights, and I will see you next time.
Really, really flippy disc would have got it done. I'm sure he's furious to have gone out of bounds there.
Here's Mr. Chipper.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what an eagle looks like. And that's what an eagle looks like.
Back-to-back Eagles.